Hey there, welcome back. It's Cindy again. We are in Module 2, which is the Getting Started with Word module, and we're all the way down to Section 6, Go to, Find, and Replace Options. Now sometimes when you're working with, especially larger files, you might need a quick way to go to page 900 for some reason, or a quick way to replace several words in that document. So let me just talk to you a little bit about how to use the Go to, Find, and Replace options in Word. When you're working in your file and you want to use the Find, Go to, or Replace options, you might want to think about starting at the very top of the document because all of these searches will start from wherever your mouse is clicked. Now I want to show you a basic find just to start with. I'm on the Home tab and I'm going to go all the way to the right and you'll see Find here. Now I could just click the Find, but if I click the down arrow I get a couple of choices. Let me start with Find. So let's say that I'm looking for a particular word, and let's say that I'm looking for the word firm. I can just type in the word firm, and when I hit the enter key, notice that it finds all the instances of the word firm and it selects them and puts them in yellow here for me. So that's a quick way if you're just trying to get it to find some words for you. But let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and close that navigation on the left there, and I'll make sure I'm clicked at the top again. Sometimes you know you've got a certain paragraph in here and you can scroll all day long and you just miss it. So if I use the advanced find right up here, this is going to allow me to put in specific words I'm looking for and it will find them one at a time. So let me move this out of the way. Let's say that I'm looking for the word properties. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit this Find Next, and you'll see that it stopped on the first instance of properties that it came to. If that's not the instance I want, I'm going to hit Find Next again, and notice it found the next one, and so on and so forth. So that's a good way to have it search and just look for them one at a time for you. I did want to mention over here where you see this More, if you just click on that, there's some additional choices you can tell it to use in the search. For example, this match case, if I check it, it has to find the word properties with a capital P because that's the way I typed it in. Otherwise, if I leave it unchecked, it doesn't matter if it's a capital or a small p. Find whole words only. If I had the word he typed up here, it would find he's or any word with he in there. So if you're looking for a specific word without the S at the end and that sort of thing, check Find Whole Words Only. Wildcards. Let me give you some examples of wildcards. A star is a great example. What if I had the letter S typed up here and I typed this with a star? That would tell me to find any word that starts with an S no matter what it ends with. And you can use wildcards at the beginning, at the end, or you can have text in between, either one. If I have this, that means the word can start with anything and it has to end with an S. So that's one example. Another example might be, what if I have, let's say, the letter A and I put 2 question marks? That means the word has to start with an A and it can only have 3 characters total in the word. So that's a couple of examples of wildcards. You may not use them a lot, but just know they're there. Sounds like if I typed try up here, it would find shy, try, thy, and then Find All Word Forms would find flown, flew, flies, any form of that word. You can do a lot of other things with searching. You can have it search for specific formats and things like that, but for now, I'm going to hit this less and kind of fold the window back up. The next thing you'll see is the Replace. Now let me go back and click at the top here. If you notice, this company is called Burke Properties, and their name is listed several times in this particular document. What if they're changing their name and it's now going to be Smith Properties? So the way this would work is I would type the word Burke, and then I would type the word I want to replace Burke with, which is Smith in this case. Now notice I can replace them one at a time, which I'll say replace. And notice it replaced Smith right there. Now it went on and found the next one. So if I go ahead and say replace all, Notice how it tells me it made 9 replacements. And if I look down this list, look at all of these: Smith properties, Smith properties, Smith properties, all the way down the list. So that's a quick way if you wanted to just change a word you know is in here several times. Now one more tab I want to look at, and that's the Go To. So let me go back up to the top here. Go To is going to allow you to go to different things that you might have in your document. Now, you probably know what a page is. We have 3 pages in our document. So if I put a 3 over here and I hit the Go To, I'll go to the top of page 3. Or if I put a 1, I'll go to the top of page 1. You may not know some of these other things. A section. We are going to talk about sectioning later, but just to briefly tell you, anytime you'd like to see something different in one part of your document than in another, you can create what we call section breaks. An example might be you want different margins in one part of your document than in another. You can go to whatever section you need to. If you know which line you want to go to, you can type in here that line number. Bookmarks. You have the ability to mark certain sections in your document or certain words, and then you can quickly go to them. And you would use those for different reasons. In the back of any book, you will have a table of contents. And that table of contents will tell you printing is on page 6 and page 57. Well, how did it know that? Because someone bookmarked the word print and it went and pulled that information. So that's a super advanced feature of Word when you can create a table of contents like that. Comments, you have the ability to create comments and put those in your document. And then you have footnotes and endnotes. Remember that footnotes go at the bottom of the page and endnotes go at the bottom of the document. There's also some things in here like different fields or tables or graphics, and a lot of these are very advanced functions, but you can tell Word that you want to go to any of these. So that's how your find, replace, and go to work. I want to go ahead and talk to you now a little bit about how to edit a document, and then we'll wrap up this particular module. Let me go ahead and see you over in section